Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I'm not in my normal setting. Because we've all gone back into lockdown, I thought I'd bring back my back to basic recipes for you. So here are a few really simple and easy recipes to follow using basic equipment and ingredients, and I hope you enjoy them. So one of the top back to basic recipes that you guys voted for was brownies. Now I have an amazing brownie recipe on my YouTube channel. It does involve a stand mixer and it's a little longer process. However, this recipe is super simple, no stand mixer needed, and it is so quick and easy to make. We're going to start off with some melted butter in a bowl, and I'm going to add some canola oil. Now you can use any flavourless oil here, vegetable, sunflower, as long as it's flavourless. And then I'm going to add my sugars. So I've got some white sugar and some dark brown sugar, and this is going to add that dark caramelly flavour to the brownies. And then I'm going to take a whisk and whisk that all together. Now I'm only using a whisk because I find it easier to mix with. I'm not incorporating air or anything. It's just to ensure that the sugar breaks up and the butter and oil fully mixes in. Once it's mixed, it will look like a thick paste. And now it's time to add the eggs. So I've got 2 eggs. I always crack them separately just in case you get a little bit of shell in there, and you can add that in and mix that through. So I'm just going to be changing the whisk for a spatula, but before I start mixing, I'm actually going to sieve together the flour and the cocoa powder. It can go straight into the bowl, but the reason why I like to sieve the flour and cocoa powder is because cocoa powder usually has a lot of lumps in, and I want the flour and cocoa to mix in together really evenly. So by sieving them together, this ensures me to do that. So as you can see, there's quite a few cocoa lumps at the bottom, so I'm just going to use my spatula to push that through, and then slowly fold in the flour and cocoa into the rest of the mixture. Now I am doing a more folding action here with my spatula. Now as you can see, we've only used cocoa powder here, but we use quite a lot, and so the chocolate flavour is really dominant in this recipe. And you can see once the flour and cocoa powder is mixed in, you get this beautiful smooth brownie mix. However, you can't make brownies without real chocolate. So here I've got some chopped up dark chocolate, and I'm going to sprinkle it in, but leave some in the bowl because I'm going to put that on top once it's in the tin. I'm going to fold in this chocolate until all those chocolate pieces are incorporated within the batter, and now it's time to fill my baking tin. So here I've actually got a glass Pyrex dish that I've greased and lined fully. You can do it in a normal baking tin, and the brownie mix goes straight into the tin. Just make sure you fully lined whatever you're using to ensure the brownie doesn't stick to the tin. It will make your life a lot easier when you're trying to take it out. So I'm just going to use the back of my spatula to spread the batter out evenly, making sure it's really in those corners too. And then with that remaining chocolate, I'm now going to sprinkle it over the top. This recipe is also really adaptable. If you want to add nuts, you can certainly do that as well and sprinkle nuts on the top. And you can even flavour this with some orange zest, because I think orange and chocolate are a match made in heaven. Once you're happy with the top, it's ready for the oven. So I've been preheating my oven at 175 degrees Celsius, and I'm going to bake it for about 20 to 25 minutes. What you're looking for when it's baked is for it to be completely set around the outside but still soft in the middle, and that is the trick to achieving a gooey brownie. It's all about the cooking. As tempting as it is to eat it now, you're going to have to wait until the brownie's completely cool before you cut it open. Otherwise, it's just a big brownie mess. So what I've done here, I've left my brownie to completely cool, and I've actually put it in the fridge for 2 hours for it to firm up. So now I can remove it from the tray and cut it up without the mess. You can obviously cut it into any size or shape you want, but I'm gonna go for classic squares. Perfectly bite-sized. And just to show you how gooey these brownies are, I've got a couple of pieces here Look at that. So it's all about the cooking of the brownie. You can also see those chunks of chocolate in there as well, and they're delicious when you bite into it. So there we go, my super simple brownie recipe. No stand mixer needed. I promise you, give it a go and you won't regret it. Don't forget to tag me at Georgia's Cakes in your back to basic creations, and I can't wait to see them and see you soon for more basic tutorials.